Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new, we're Nick and Sarah, and with our two little pups, we spent the last couple of years exploring Europe in our 32-year-old camper van. But this summer, after lots of issues with that van, it was definitely time for an upgrade.
Whilst looking for a replacement van with not much luck, we received an email with an incredible offer, which ended up with us backpacking 3,000 kilometres from Andalusia to Berlin to collect a new home on wheels.
Plan was to import this self-built camper van into Spain. We spent the summer in northern Germany making the van our own, with a little bit of travel in between. All was going well until it was time to leave.
Just before collecting the export plates, we received a phone call and found out this whole process wasn't going to be as easy as we first thought, and we would now have to remove everything from the van.
So after a long drive home, we got to work destroying our perfectly good home on wheels. Not only was this hard work, but it was also absolutely heartbreaking.
In last week's vlog, it was time to find out if we'd done enough to re-register in Spain. We packed the van and headed off up the coast on a mission to get legal.
Join us in this week's vlog after our amazing result. We say our goodbyes and head back to Andalusia, happy and ready for what's next.
Hello David. Hi Nick, nice how are you doing? This is the man who saved the day. He's based in Murcia. He's been here for 20 years, and if anything to do with vehicles, he's the man to see.
We do car sales, so that's our main sort of business, what we do, but we import a lot of cars from outside of Spain, so we're used to doing the registration process. Been doing it a long time, so we're sort of used to how it works.
David's helped us out with our little issue in importing. He can help with motorhomes, but it can be a bit tricky and it can work out quite expensive. Wouldn't recommend bringing a self-build in. It's not actually possible. You have to do what we did. So definitely don't bother with doing that. But if there's like a coach-built van or motorhome that you're bringing in, give him a bell and he'll work out how much it's going to cost. No?
Yeah.
If it's going to be ridiculous, you might just have to sell it or take it apart and bring it in as a plain old van. Wouldn't recommend that. Too much stress. My hair, look, that's why I'm wearing the hat, it's gone so grey. And we couldn't leave without saying thank you to the guys who helped the whole process. These guys, got the tow bar off, which was a real struggle. So thank you
to Stuart.
You're welcome.
And Mariano, not Diego, not Diego. So sorry, Mariano, for getting the name wrong. And yeah, thanks guys for sorting this out and doing it on the day.
We are on our way home. We are driving home for Christmas.
Very excited about it actually. The plates and the papers haven't come. They should arrive in the next few days.
So we don't have to wait around here for the paper. We have been waiting for a few days. Part of the reason has been for that. It's easier, recorded delivery for the new paperwork, and we can collect the plates from the new number plates from an office closer to home. A nice 7-hour drive home now, about 7 hours. We'll stop off somewhere along the way, and yeah, I mean, what a brilliant trip up here to get Velton sorted. All went to plan. Job done. Really good that we met David and Stuart and the crew there, who really helped us through the whole process. I mean, we wouldn't have been able to do this on our own, or we would have been able to, but it would have been a whole lot more stressful. So we're really happy. We get back into Andalusia and it starts raining. Quite heavy actually. Stop off for snacks. The boys are having roast chicken. That's good, isn't it, that, boys? No messing about.
Just got a little kitchen roll.
Just got a little kitchen roll, And yeah, so just get back on the road. We've got tortilla de patata with spinach. So obviously we're just gonna have that cold, straight up. It's got some nuts, because we don't want to stop. We just want to get home, try and get home before dark, which is going to be stretched. If the weather was better, we might not rush, but as the weather's been a bit crappy, we just want to get back, really, don't we? Charlie. Thank you. You coming in?
So guys, we made it back to the village. No issues, no dramas, in a day, smooth sailing or driving all the way.
Yeah, it was fine, wasn't it? Got back just after dark, so good run.
Yeah.
And now we can start the whole planning and sorting out process of this van. It's on Spanish plates, so it's not on Spanish plates yet. Yet.
But very soon, because we've already been in contact with David. He actually phoned up after the weekend, and they've done the plates already. They've done the registration already. So
so he's got the paperwork ready to send to us, so he's going to send that recorded delivery down here. So if we'd waited over the weekend or a few more days, we could have brought the paperwork back with us, but that's fine, just getting it in the post, and that's it. Job done. I can't believe it.
Crazy.
So Velton is now Veltono.
We're tempted to change his name to
a Spanish one, like Jose,
like Blanco.
Blanco.
Like Jose, like Juan the van. Yes.
Anyway, now we are starting the van build in the new year. As soon as it's the 1st of January, boom, and we're going to get the van build done in a month. That's the plan anyway. We want to do a really quick build, and then up until that point we've got loads of other things to do in preparation before we start that.
I've got my clipboard. When the clipboard is out, we mean business.
Trouble when that clipboard comes
serious
out,
stuff going on here.
And like you can see, it's full of notes already. Oh look, there's even a little sketch, a little mock-up plan
early.
of the new
Seen
build.
It here first.
So yeah, and double page that is wrote on both
page.
sides. So yeah,
yeah, we've got. I mean, now we have 2 vans. Vinny is due up for his not annual,
6 monthly,
6-month vehicle inspection halfway through this month. We've decided we're going to leave it till the new year. We're going to take him off the road
for a couple of weeks.
So we don't want the stress of having to put him through, and if anything goes wrong, having to get that fixed, because you get 1 month to fix it.
But hopefully we can do a little trip away in little old Vinster before he goes and passes his ITUV.
And we are going to be treating him a bit. We are going to be doing some maintenance work on Vinny and Velton.
We've got a squeak on Vinny actually. We just noticed it last night. And yeah, steering wheel squeak. Any ideas? We're going to have a look anyway, and we've also got that rattling air intake hose. We've got to take, but we've got loads of jobs to do on both vans.
We noticed a little leak in the windscreen as well, didn't we?
Little old Vinster's got a leak, surprise, surprise. But that's just part of his personality, that is though, darling.
Yeah. Noises, smells and leaks and stuff. Anyway, I need to refer to my clipboard to see what we're getting on with today.
I just have to clean this roof because Nick cleaned this roof really so well in Germany. And obviously we had to take the solar panels off for the inspection, and the solar panels are going to stay off now actually until we obviously do all the paperwork for the new camperization. So yeah, we have to clean this roof.
And I think we're going to continue to just like sponge and bucket Velton to clean him, because we don't want to jet wash him because he's already got some patches where the paint's sort of peeled off.
If we jet hose the van, it's just going to make the peeling paint loads worse. Okay, so it's a bit of a pain in the butt obviously doing it with a bucket this way, but I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
In
the future we are going to give him a paint job or wrap or something.
A respray, or yeah, probably a respray. But that's way down the line.
So guys, we just thought we'd take a little break from the cleaning of the van and putting you through the cleaning of the van and take Charlie for a walk. We've left Dizzy in the van, one because it's cold and two because he's not going to like what we're about to show you.
Look what it is, look what it is. He's back, he's back. So this is the Hover Air X1 self-flying camera, and this is my personal favourite little gadget.
This little thing is actually Sarah's drone because it doesn't take any skill to fly it.
Hey! All you have to do is switch this little bad boy on.
Current mode, hover.
And then you just press go. Look at that! So cool. Now obviously there's loads more features. I'm going to try and show you some more features now rather than just hover. But look, I could just be like vlogging in front of this little camera. And that is how you get it to land.
There's loads of cool features on here. You've got the hover mode Sarah's just demonstrated. You've got zoom out, you've got bird's eye, you've got helix, and you've got follow me. And there's an app to change all the settings, the height, rising, the distance. It's even got vertical shooting mode.
Here we go. So cool. It's coming back, it's coming back. Here we go, here we go. Okay, so there's only two buttons. There's the on-off button, and there's also the other button which changes the mode. Follow me.
Follow.
Look at her face, look at her face.
City, city, city.
Yeah, it's following you.
This is my personal favourite, helix. And commence. Look at that. Folds down, fits in your pocket, and it weighs 125 grams, so you don't get bogged down with any restrictions. You don't need a pilot's license. Perfect little travel companion.
And it's also the perfect gift for Christmas. Now they've got a discount code until the 20th of December, so if you fancy getting yourself one of these or getting a loved one of these, now is the time to do it.
And you can have as much fun as us with this cool little gadget.
Right, back to the van. Back to work, back to cleaning. Oh, by the way, if you guys follow us on Instagram or our Facebook, we'll be sharing lots more shots with the vertical mode of that little hover drone. So yeah, follow us there too.
I don't think I should walk into the van, darling.
Why?
Look at this, guys, look at this. New trainers as well, newish.
We shouldn't have gone to film that by the horse trotting where they exercise the ponies.
Yeah, it's
really
crazy,
muddy.
Gosh.
we want to clean the van inside and outside, all over and underneath, because we want to treat any rust. There is little bits of rust that need doing. As we mentioned, the paintwork is coming off in places like here. But yeah, if we clean everything, then we know if we need to repair any rust. We've got the code for what colour match it is, you know, the Fiat white paint. So we could buy some touch-up paint once we've fixed any little tiny rust spots. So this is why I wanted to clean everywhere. Things like this.
Oh.
There's quite a bit of rust in there, and we just want to kind of like jump on top of anything like this inside and outside the van and fix it before it gets any worse, as quickly as possible, really. So this is a little hole that we kind of hid for the vehicle inspection, not as in that's going to make a difference anyway, it's fine, but you know, we taped it up, and this little hole is actually for the gas. So it's got like, this was where the little gas cupboard was. And before we complete our van build, we will be going away in this van, and we're going somewhere that we possibly could be quite cold, possibly with snow. And as our Webasto heater is in the front of the van and comes out of the vents in the front of the van, and we now have to have the bulkhead up until we finish the build, we're not going to get any heat from that unless we sit in the front. We could actually sit in the front. We could sleep in the front, actually, if it gets that bad.
Single bed really though, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll just sleep on top of each other, it'd be fine. Dogs on as well. Anyways, so we do have a diesel heater, a spare diesel heater, and it's one of those ones, I haven't got it with us, but it's one of those ones that's all like in one. It's all in one, so you just literally have the air hose and the exhaust coming out of the bottom, and you know you can move it around or whatever. So I'm just testing if the exhaust fits in this ready-made hole.
Oh, look at that!
Easily.
However,
we will have to make sure that this hole is heat-proof if we use this hole, or we can make a slightly bigger hole, maybe. And then, you know, we can use stuff like this or something as a temporary thing until we do the build and cut a hole in the bulkhead. We've got so much to talk about. We've been talking about the new van build and what we're doing and which direction we're going to go in. And obviously you guys don't know any of it because we've only just really started talking about it since all of the really good news of Velton getting legal.
so before we get on with the work on Velton and Vinny, we're going to be busy little beavers this month. Yeah, just wanted to clear something up because a lot of people have been asking, do we have to take everything out for each ITUV, for each vehicle inspection? No, that's not the case. So what we've done now, we've imported the van as a plain van, hence the reason we had to take all the furniture out. Thankfully we got away with a Max fan and the skylight, which is a result. But it's imported as a plain van, and now we're going to camperize it, which is the whole process is basically you build it, take lots of photographs as you go of all the materials you're using, or everything like that. Certain things have to have a stamp on them, a certain code on them, as the Max fan. The windows,
and anything electrical as well, it has to have the CE stamp. We've already contacted a company up the coast because you use a company, it's all done online, so Nick and I will do the build, we'll take photographs of everything, make sure everything's got the right stamps on it, that sort of thing, and then the company creates a project for you. When you're all done and you're all ready, that project, you take that to the vehicle inspection place and they
check it off,
cross-check it, what's in the document to what's in the van, and then it gets signed off as a camper.
The thing is with that, we mentioned the bulkhead, kind of if you've got the bulkhead in, you can kind of work on it
whilst using the van.
Whilst using the van, so we have to leave that bulkhead in. And we're kind of thinking we may keep the bulkhead in, eventually we may cut a big window out, sort of a hatch going through, but that's another story.
That's a whole new story. I also wanted to mention the cost of the importing. If you've been following along, you'll know that we spoke to a company originally when we were in Germany, and they said they can import this van as a whole camper van, as a self-built camper van, and we were going down that road. That's why we went to Germany in the first place, because we thought we could import the van as a camper van. You can't do that in Spain. You cannot import a self-converted camper van from another country. It has to come through, as we've done it, as a plain van, unless it's a professionally built, coach built motorhome or camper van. That's what we found out.
So yeah, the company quoted 4,500, and that at the time was to leave everything in. And then when they contacted back after they said it wasn't possible and they'd have to remove everything and then put it all back in, they quoted us another 700 on top of that.
So they quoted us about 5,000 to do what we've just done up the coast, which was ridiculous, right? That's why we didn't bother with that company anymore. So the cost of what we've just done now, including David's fees, was €1,000 in total. And the camperization, what we're going to do next to turn this into a camper van, it costs about €700 to get all of the documents, and I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah,
€700 in total.
So now we're getting on to the fun stuff. We've got some ideas for the layout. We're going to make a few changes. We're going to still keep the bed there, kitchen here, but we're going to move like the fridge around. The shower bathroom is going to be completely different. So we've just measured. I've been measuring like power stations. We're going to be using those in the van, the fridge, the water tank, just to play around, see how much space we've got. How many van builds end in divorce, do they say?
I'm just going to let Nick make all the decisions because I hate making decisions.
Cop out.
We are going to keep the layout similar to how it was before, because we really like the idea of coming in and out of the back door. It worked really well for us and the doggies. And yeah, just we want to be able to use both doors. This green and blue tape on the floor, there's no reason why it's green and blue, just because we ran out of blue halfway through, so it's green and blue, is how we're going to have like the units and the main furniture, if you like. So if it works out the way we're planning on it working out, we've got a bigger corridor than we had before. So where my hands are is the size of the corridor, and we're going to have like a smaller bathroom, toilet area, which is going to be here. Picturing it, I am now having a poo in the bathroom. This is going to have the fridge inside, so we've measured how big the fridge is. Coming back, now we've got lots of little ideas. Obviously, it's still early days, but the water tank will be here. The kitchen, the main kitchen will be above here, sink and stove somewhere here. We're probably going to have, maybe we won't have a fixed stove. We're not sure yet. We'll talk about this again, but we would like a stove that we could actually move outside. And when you're actually doing the camperization, if you've got a fixed stove in the van, it all has to be in the report. If you use a stove that can be removed, you know the ones I mean, like a portable one, it doesn't have to be in the report. You don't have to have any gas insulation in the report. It's only if it's a fixed hob. So yeah, anyway, a big thing that we're changing, quite a big thing changing differently from the original build, will be a seating area at the back. We're actually thinking sitting here and sitting here, so kind of like facing each other and having a dining table. Picture it, obviously I'm going to be a lot higher up, maybe here, not sure, and then you can have this open and look out onto the view.
You're going to be that high up?
I'm going to be higher up.
Swinging your legs?
Well, I don't know, like however high it's going to be. And it's going to be, we're hoping that we can create like a transformer van. So lots of things in the build we want to have like multiple purpose, if that makes sense.
Lots could change with this build, yeah, but we want to mix it up. So like the shower cubicle is going to be longer and narrower, and so the shower is just to the height of the sofa and the kitchen surface. So it's just sort of this height, so it's not separating the whole van, so it's a lot more open. And then to make the shower, a piece of wood flips up, which comes down and doubles up as a kitchen surface. So you've got a wall for the shower. I'm not explaining this very well, but
no. We know what we mean, it's hard to explain it, and some of you might be wondering, oh, that lovely bathroom that they made in Germany, and we were going to keep lots of things with the van, but we just want to go for a more lightweight build. We will be using the materials, by the way, from Frank and Emily's build. It might not be in this van.
That doesn't mean we're going to get another van and put it in that van. No, it's an exciting thing that's hopefully happening in the new year. Lots of things going on next year apart from this build and all that.
These are just rough ideas that we've only just come up with. Don't forget, we've only just got this van legal on Spanish plates. We've only just over this weekend started to discuss how we're going to move forward with the build. I will say this though, what do you guys think about keeping the bulkhead in? I mean, a lot of you probably say, no, don't do it, have swivel chairs, create more space. We don't need any more space than this. This is already huge. Think about Vinster that we've been living in for years. So we don't really need the swivel chairs. We're probably not going to get them. We might keep the bulkhead in, but cut a big window out here. This here is a perfect frame to kind of create your sofa bed from, isn't it? And this height here, it's quite tall again, but we'll probably keep Emily and Frank's idea of having a step there so you're sat up high. But then you've got a massive garage here, because obviously at the back of the van you're going to have your water tank, we're going to have the sort of the chest fridge, and I think that this is plenty of space. Yeah, we've got loads of ideas going on. We're also thinking about having like a little house for the doggies. Don't know where that's going to go yet.
See, that's the little sink with a drying area. That's the shower, bench sheet, tiled floor, and yeah, unit, and then the sort of, obviously measurements aren't exact.
But if we have the two little benches at the back, two little chairs to sit on and look out, then it won't be an L-shaped kitchen anymore. But we will still have this side of the van as part of like the kitchen, you know how it was before, so we can like, it's just going to be a work surface, isn't it? So you're going to have that, and then the chairs at the back, the seating area at the back.
Possibly.
Anyway, yeah, we're not gonna go. These are the inner workings of our crazy minds. Oh, shall we do this? Shall we do that? Oh, so we'll probably think about it a little bit more and get back to you when little bit more.
It's going to be a different.
It's going to be very different.
It's going to be different. So much to think about. Too much to think about.
Good morning, guys.
So we've come back down here today. We had a good chat last night about what we were talking about yesterday with you guys about the whole layout of the van, and scrap the whole thing.
Scrap the whole goddamn thing.
We feel like we're going mad. No, not scrap the whole thing.
Everything.
But we've been chatting about whether it's going to be possible to have that seating area we talked about at the back of the van, and if it's going to be possible to have a bathroom that small, we might have to go a little bit bigger. Are we mad? Should we just be putting all of that old furniture back in that we've already got? I mean, we just don't know. We just think it'll be we could do like a lighter build and something that more suits us. But it does send you a bit loopy thinking about it.
The whole transformer things slotting and moving. May have to rethink that slightly. We don't want it too gimmicky. It's got to be functional, not too much hassle.
Basic,
but we want it different, unique.
Yes. It is going to be good once we get it in our heads, and once we get things, we might even move some stuff down here, like some framework, and play around with some ideas with stuff
and the water
in
tank
the van. I think that's what we need to do so we can picture it better.
Anyway, so the plan is at the start of the new year we're going to be ready, we're going to know what build we're doing, and we're just going to go for it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%. Next week, guys, we have a little trip away planned. Now, whether it's going to happen or not, because it was going to be in little old Vince, that is another thing, because he has been a little bit naughty. But fingers crossed, we will be away somewhere and having a break. And also, before we go, we want to say happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to Oscar.
Happy 10th birthday, isn't
10
it?
years old today.
Same age as the doggies.
Your daddy told us it was your birthday, so hope you've had a great day.
And make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Oscar and everyone else who's watching, actually.
Yes.
That would be lovely.
You're never too young or too old to subscribe. Don't be embarrassed. Join the gang.
Thank you all so much for watching. Let us know in the comments what you think about what we've talked about today regarding the van build. It would be great. Help with for any advice you have or suggestions. It's always good to hear from you.
Bathroom, if you have one, how often do you use it? Bulkhead, do you take it out? Do you keep it? What do you do? So many choices, so many decisions to make.
Yeah, let us know what you think, guys, and we'll see you all next Thursday.
Take care, guys. See you next week.